I'm just walking around my house taking selfie videos now. It's so weird. Hello everyone, good morning. It's Karin from Arden Cove. Today I'm going to show you a get ready with me featuring a lot of the cool new products that I have. Some are new, some are not as new. Almost everything is going to be Asian products. I did travel to Taiwan and Japan as well as Hong Kong this year, so I picked up a couple things that I really like and I wanted to share with you guys. It's going to be a little bit of skincare, a little bit of makeup. So let's get into this because my face. You guys probably already noticed my skin. I have a huge zit right above my lip. It is that time of the month and I typically will break out during that time of the month. So what I did was take these CosRX Acne Pimple Master Patch, open it up, and inside it looks like these little patches, and they come in varying sizes. I put literally the biggest boy in here on top of my lip. This morning I woke up, took a look at it. It like kind of sucks all this gunk out, and it works on those white pimples, not necessarily blackheads or other, but for that kind of pimple it worked really well. It literally sucked everything out. It was kind of disgusting. I'm not gonna let it bother me too much because that's life. So let's start off with some skincare, and just to give you an background on my skin, I am a dry skin. I don't think I'm dry combination, I'm just dry. And what that means is that my skin just drinks up hydration. It really needs a lot of hydrating items, and prepping my skin is really important to me so that the makeup will go on smoother, my skin will be happier, all of that good stuff. I have a couple toners that I love. This one is one I used before. I love these stickers. They always say #1 bestseller, whatever. Like, I'm a sucker for that kind of thing. But I know I love this. Like, I've used it before. It does smell kind of like sake. Their whole thing is that they are really hydrating because they use rice in there as a like ingredient, and that's supposed to be really hydrating and good for moisturizing your skin. So I bought this. It's brand new. I'm not going to open it yet because I have some other toners I want to finish. When I was traveling, I was using a travel bottle of the Laneige Essential Power Skin Toner. And this is actually for combination oily skin. I used it anyways and it still worked really well for me. I like it. But the one I'm going to use today is the Beauty Water by Sonnen Park. This is a Korean brand and they're really popular. They're very highly rated. And what I do is I actually repurposed this Pixie Glow Mist bottle. So I like the Glow Mist. I used it really quickly because it has things like argan oil in it to be really nourishing and hydrating. But I never repurchased it. But I really love this spray bottle. I felt like it worked really well. So I've just been refilling it with different toners to use. So I'm gonna go ahead and what I do is like just spray my face. So the first step, I always do toner. And I kind of pat it into my face. Nothing too crazy. I just pat it in there. And you don't wanna go like downwards, just go upwards. I don't know. I know some girls go really crazy and kind of slap their face, but it shouldn't hurt. Okay, next up is some serums. I really love this Klairs Vitamin C. It's called Freshly Juiced Vitamin Drops. It's like kind of rubbed off. It's totally empty. I finished it during the trip, so I haven't repurchased it yet, so I can't use it. But I also really love this one. It's another CosRX item called the Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence. So mucin is kind of a really popular ingredient, especially in Korean skincare, that is snails. So however you feel about that. Apparently snails are not harmed. They just secrete it naturally. But it is a strange thing. And I find that it sort of plumps my skin up, makes it super nice and smooth and a great canvas for makeup. So my next step of the skincare things is this one. This is called the My Lash Serum by Etude House. I like a lot of things from Etude House actually. They're very cute packaging. It's a very cute brand overall. And this is supposed to be like a lash growing serum kind of situation. I haven't been using it long enough to say, but I kind of enjoy doing it anyways. Next, let's do some eye creams. So I have this one by Skin Food, another Korean brand. A lot of my skincare is Korean. But this is called the Royal Honey Essential Eye Cream. And I've been using this for a while and I quite like it. Another one that I purchased while I was in Japan is this one. I don't know what the brand is called, but I just recognize the packaging. This one I've used before and I really liked it, and I'm just repurchasing it. And then another thing is if you want to like make sure you put on sunscreen, there's this Super Goop eye cream that is not Asian but works really well, and it has SPF for your eye area. So technically you can use any face sunscreen around the eyes as long as you're very careful. But you know, some people don't like it or worried about stinging their eyes, so that is a great option, and it has eye cream stuff, so that's nice. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention that I haven't talked about cleansers or anything. I don't really cleanse my face in the morning. I splash it with some water, get the gunk out. Again, my skin is dry, so I don't want to over cleanse and have it dry out. It's just not going to be happy. I also forgot to say I like using this one. So this is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, Sleeping Care Lip Mask. And usually I wear this at night, but sometimes my lips are really dry right now. So I just put it on a little bit while I'm getting ready. And by the time I'm done with my makeup, I'll slap on some lip product, something. Oh, this is another thing in my little Laneige kit. That is the Mini Pore Blur Perfector. And this is kind of like a primer, lotiony type of thing. And I'm just gonna dot it on. It also smells pretty good. And that's just going to like smooth everything out. The last step of my skincare routine in the morning is this one, or just any sunscreen in general. This is one I love from Japan. This is Biore UV Watery Gel. It has SPF 50+, and it's PA++++, so it's like the max that you can get on the PA scale. I do have, or I'm going to make, I don't know if it's up, a video about sunscreen, and that'll have like a lot of really good information. If you didn't know what PA++ is or whatever, it'll have all that good stuff. So if it's up, I'll link it. If it's not up, keep your eye out for it. I'm also going to put on my Super Goop eye cream at this point. You just want to put it on your ring finger and tap it on, because apparently it's your weakest finger and everyone does it this way, so I'm going to do it this way. If I do anything wrong, please don't yell at me. I'm not an expert. I'm just sharing what I do and what works for me. And I change it up a lot because, you know, sometimes you find better things, sometimes you realize what you're using isn't great for you, but you won't know until you try it. So everything is a work in progress. All right, that's it for my skincare. Now let's move into makeup. So there's a couple things in here that are Asian. I don't have every single part of my makeup routine with some sort of Asian product. It's just how it is, you know, but I really like mixing and matching, and sometimes you find something really great in a certain brand that you don't find in your home country, and you can incorporate that one thing in there. So I'm going to start off with my base, and I'm going to use this one, which is the Ink Skin Tint in number 2 beige color. This is from Peripera, a Japanese brand. A lot of people compare this to, I think it's the Glossier Glossier Skin Tint. So it's a very light coverage item actually. So what I like to do is take a brush and put a little bit of this on the back of my hand. I tend to squeeze way too much when I use this because it is like a squeezy bottle. I wish it was like a little pump or something, but you know, it is what it is. And then this little guy has been crusting over all morning. I don't know if I should really cover it up, but maybe I should. I'm gonna blend this in first and then decide if I need more. Oh my god, my pimple. I'm sorry. It's going to not look great. Like, I'm gonna say straight up, like, I don't know how to cover this kind of pimple, but like, you know, that's life. Pimples show up, it's not the end of the world. And I'm gonna put a little bit more on the cheeks. And I don't know if you can really tell, but it just really helped evening out everything. You could definitely still see, you know, like my freckles underneath, like through the foundation, and it doesn't cover everything up, but it kind of just makes it look a little bit more polished, evened out, and very natural. I take it a little bit down the neck. So for the concealer, I'm going to use this one, which is a Korean brand called the Sayum, and it's the Cover Perfection Tip Concealer, and it does have PA++ or SPF 28, and I always love when makeup includes SPF. It's just so good for your skin. The sun damages your skin, it gives you sunspots, it causes premature aging and wrinkles. So when SPF exists, why do you have to go through that, you know? Just protect yourself, take care of your skin, don't get skin cancer. If you want a tan, do it, get fake tan. Don't lie in a tanning bed. So this is definitely a very high coverage concealer, and I tend to do that quite a lot, which is put a lower coverage light foundation and pair it with a more high coverage concealer, just to really target the areas you want to conceal while having the rest of your skin feel really light and fresh. Some other Asian foundations that I really like, that I don't have an example to show you because I've used it all up, is the Laneige BB Cushion. There's also the Misha BB Cream that's really good. You know, they're Asian. They tend to run very light, not as much variation in skin colors or skin tones. So they tend to be light and like more grayish. Like some of them, not all of them, but just to let you know, there are more and more Korean brands that are branching into deeper skin tones, especially ones that are trying to go more international. So that's really great to see. I know Laneige did release some darker tones, I think, but hopefully we see more of that. I'm going to use a powder to set my foundation. This is just the CoverGirl Clean Matte powder, and I like to dust that under the eyes. So I have two eyelash curlers that I really like. For years and years I was using Revlon. I thought it was good enough, it's cheap, you could buy it in the drugstore, so it's really easy to find. But it wasn't exactly the perfect shape for my eye shape in particular. And when I went to Japan specifically, I knew I wanted to pick up this one, which is the Shu Uemura, which is the Shu Uemura eyelash curler. It's highly rated. It's like the holy grail of a lot of Asian girls as well as non-Asian girls. And they used to sell in Sephora. They don't anymore. You could buy it on Amazon, I think, but I felt like, you know, I was going to Japan, I might as well pick it up when I'm there. I found it in Don Quixote, funny enough, which is like sort of like this weird, wacky, mixed variety store, but they sell a lot of like makeup and products and tools and electronics. And I actually find, while it's really nice, it has a good cushion, it's a nice like sort of flatter shape, it's not quite as rounded, and it's a little bit longer. I actually like my other one. So this is the Surat lash curler you could get at Sephora. It is pricey, but it's kind of comparable to the Shu Uemura one. It's also highly rated, but it's a little bit even softer of a cushion, and it's also a little less curved than this one. And I don't know if it's just me who has a super non-curved flat eyes, but this works for me. And what I have a problem with this one, as well as Revlon, Tweezerman, any drugstore ones I've ever tried, is that they're a little bit too short for my eyelid. So what happens is if I try to curl my inner lashes, it messes up this one. If I try to get my outer lashes, I can't reach the inner lashes, and it ends up like clamping it in a way that it just goes instead of like a nice whew. I don't know what this is. Long story short, this fits my eye shape better, so I like it and I recommend it. And if you have the same issues that I have, try it out and see if you like it. Anyways, that was a really long story. So what I like to do is get really close in there, push it, press it a little bit as I go out, and that gives it like a really nice swoopy curl. I like that swoopy curl. Okay, that's a little better. My camera ran out of space. I don't have an extra card, so I switched to another camera that uses a different SD card. It's whatever. So that's just why it looks different, if it looks different. But anyways, so I don't know if you can tell, but I've curled my lashes. It's cute. I don't know, I like it. So this product has been really, really great. This is called, it's the P May Essence Mascara Base, and this is a Japanese brand. This is specifically a product that's like an eyelash primer. This is not an Asian specific problem, but for a lot of Asian girls, we have very straight lashes that like to go downwards, and obviously when you curl your lashes, you do it so it opens up your eyes and lifts it up. But when your lashes naturally want to grow downwards or stick straight, it's really hard when you put on mascara and it just droops down because it's too heavy. And then you have to use waterproof mascara to stay up, but sometimes that doesn't work either, and it's just like waterproof mascara can be a pain to remove. That being said, I still use waterproof mascara. But you know, a lot of girls don't like that. So this is sort of the solution to that problem. This mascara base makes your lashes basically stay curled all day. I have this product. This is a Tweezerman lash comb. It's a little dirty, don't look too close. But what I do is I just take it and curl my lashes, comb through my lashes really, really, really carefully, you guys, because it is sharp. Don't want any injuries, but it's kind of nice to like separate out all of the lashes. Looks really scary, I know. I don't know if that makes any difference, but it makes a difference if you look at it up close. And everyone's going to be looking so close at your face. So for mascara, I don't have a Japanese one, which is really unfortunate. I really did want to buy one, but I didn't. I know there's a lot of really good ones. A quick Google search will pop up a couple of really great options that you can look for. For today, I'm just going to use the Lash Paradise by L'Oreal. I like this mascara. It works well for me, especially with the P May mascara base. And it's like a nice little combo. I realized I totally forgot to put on any eyeliner. Oh well, I got too excited about the lashes. But you know what? If your lashes look so cute, you don't need it. I'm just kidding, I'm just lazy. Actually, most days I'm too lazy to put on like eyeshadow and eyeliner. That stuff takes a lot of patience and practice, and it can look real bad if you don't know what you're doing, which is me. You know what? I actually know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this. It's a Korean brand, even though it's called Mac Queen New York. I don't know. But this is in the color, does it say? Number 40? Oh no, number 4. And it's just like a really pretty glittery gold color. Maybe I should let my mascara dry a little bit. But basically this eyeliner is really creamy and soft. It's really nice to have this because you can use it as an eyeshadow or a little highlighting moment or a colored eyeliner, metallic eyeliner kind of thing. I also have it in black, and I use this for the waterline, which I'll show you in 1 second. Usually I do this before I put on mascara. I just totally forgot. But I just put it on there. Then you have really sparkly, easy eyeshadow. And that's great, especially when you're traveling, because you don't want to be too fussy. It's also a pencil, so you don't have to worry about a powder breaking in your cosmetics bag. So that's what the eye looks like so far. Nothing too crazy, but it's like a really simple, easy look that like just looks a little bit more put together than normal. I might add a little bit more mascara because oh my god, I just like made a huge mess. I'm going to next take the same eyeliner but in number 1 black. Again, it's the McQueen New York, but it's from Korea. And I'm gonna just line the waterline. I really like just like lining the waterline just because it makes your lash line look a little bit thicker without taking up lid space like you would with a, you know, regular liner. And I know, it just really opens up your eyes, makes it a little bit more defined and shapes your eye, I guess. I don't have any Japanese or Asian face like bronzer and blush and highlighter, which is kind of unfortunate because I know Japanese love their blushes. They're so cute, but I didn't pick up any because I just didn't. But I didn't get it, so I'm just going to take some NARS. This is a little duo of Orgasm and Laguna, and I use this all the time. I've hit pan on Laguna, and I travel with this the whole month that I was in, I mean 3 weeks that I was in Japan. I used it. I know bronzer and contour isn't particularly popular in Asia. They like really love their blushes, especially they like that like fresh dolly look. I just remember when years ago I was rooming with this Japanese girl in Tokyo, and I was watching her put on makeup. We were both putting on makeup in the room that morning, and she was so cute. She puts like really pink blusher right along her eyes, like really high up, and it looked really cute. It made her look like a little doll, honestly. I'm not gonna do that because I don't know if I can pull that off. I'm also gonna take a little bit of the Becca highlighter in Opal, and this is just a tiny little one that came in a Becca kit, but it's really pretty actually. It's a little bit goldeny, really shimmery, not shimmery, but like shiny, like a little bit of bling bling. Next, let's do brows. Brows is something I like recently got really into the last couple of months, probably last 6 months. This is the Etude House Drawing Eyebrow in number 2. So this is kind of like a blacky brown but kind of grayish color, and for the longest time I've never gotten into brows. I have very full brows already, and I didn't like making it too accentuated, I guess. Like, I'm a 90s kid. I've seen all those pencil thin eyebrows. I've never plucked it because I knew like that stuff takes forever to grow back, and I was terrified of messing it up. You know, as I grew older, I like really got into it, and then all of a sudden big brows are in, which is like convenient but like kind of funny. Yeah, I never really did too much in terms of like putting products into eyebrows because of the color. Like, colors of eyebrows is super important, and the ones you find, like, at least, you know, even a couple years ago in America, you'd find a lot of brow pencils for blondes, obviously, And obviously that's not going to work for me unless I dye my hair blonde, which I'm not going to do. You'd see like blonde ones or brunette or black, like straight up black. And black looks beautiful if you have a darker skin color and dark hair, but it's a little bit too stark if you have light skin and dark hair, like particularly for an Asian girl. And I know there's girls who are like black hair and light skin, but they tend to be more olive toned. And you know, if you have like, you know, it's just different coloring. It's just, at the end of the day, I'm just saying that there wasn't a lot of options that looked great on Asian hair and skin color for brows, and I always found them a little too brown, a little too black. This is just like a really long way of saying that I feel like I finally found colors that actually work, and you just had to look in Asian makeup because that's, you know, their target demographic. They really nailed it down. And I'm not doing anything too crazy, but I'm just kind of like filling in the gaps, particularly this spot. I have a little bald spot for some reason, and I like define the tail a little bit more because it's not super defined, and I like make it a little bit neater and combed out. But I don't know if you can see the difference between this side and this side. It's just a little bit cleaned out, a little bit more defined, and I like it. I feel good about it. In terms of brow gels, I don't always wear brow gels, but sometimes I do, and I like this one, which is the Glossier Boy Brow. Speaking of colors, this one's in black, which if it was a pencil, it would be too dark, but as a gel, it's actually fine. And I just like to like brush it upwards a little bit and then a little bit downwards at the end, but nothing too crazy. And it just makes it a little bit fuller, a little bit more defined, and also neater. Like all the hairs are going in the direction that you want. But like, I also don't go too crazy because I don't want it to look too perfect, if that makes sense. This is where I went a little bit crazy in terms of products. I'm a huge fan of lip tints, and I just have a bunch of them, even though I don't technically wear them every day or even all that often, and I'm terrible at reapplying them, but I buy a lot of them because they're so cute and I love it. I have this lipstick and it looks like this. The packaging is so freaking cute. It's magnetic and it's pink and gold and so cute, and I really like it. But this color is kind of like my lips but better, and a little pinkier kind of color, and terrible at applying lipstick too. When I was buying this, I was actually standing in the store for so long trying to decide what I wanted to buy. I was specifically looking for something that was my lips but better kind of color, but also a little bit bright, and yeah, I really love this. My other favorite lip color from NARS is Dolce Vita, which is very much in my lips but better kind of color. This is my well-loved, extremely grubby NARS lipstick. So this one is the NARS color in Dolce Vita, which I really like. It's a little bit sheerer, a little bit lighter, a little bit more muted, but definitely like my lips but better kind of color. Very natural, very polished and put together. It's a great like everyday color, like especially for work. This one right here is the Tude color that I have on my lips right now. As you can see, it's much pinker, a little bit brighter, a little bit more opaque. So take what you will from that. Are my lips going to dye? Maybe. Am I glad I moisturized it with my Laneige lip sleeping mask? Yes. I'm just gonna go like lighter to darker just because I know they're going to tint my lips, so I feel like that makes sense. I don't know if it's a totally fair way to show colors when the previous one might affect it a little bit, but we're doing our best. This one is, I'm not gonna lie, I bought this purely because of the packaging, but this is so cute. It's the Tude House Dear Darling tint, and this one is in the color RD307. It's the watermelon one. So what I kind of do is dab it on and then rub it out. It's not a super like bright color, but I mean, not bright. It is really bright, but it's not super opaque. I mean, you could wear it like full on, but I like dabbing it and then blending it out like this. I don't know how I could show you. Like, you could wear it as a full-on gloss like this. I'm so messy. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to function, you guys. But this is what it looks like full on. So it's definitely a lot brighter, and then as you eat or throughout the day, it sort of wears down, but it leaves a little bit of a stain. I think it's a really cute lip color. It's like bright and fun, and it livens up the face a little bit. And the other thing about lip tints that I like is that lipsticks, I always get it on my teeth. It's really funny. Like, I can manage to get anything on my teeth, but especially lipsticks. And lip tints tend to not do that as much because it's not as, like, I don't know, chunky, where you would bite your lip and it stays there. Like, I don't know how I get lipstick on my teeth, but that's what it looks like. Next, I want to show you this one. This is the Water Light Tint from Eyebrow, which is another Korean brand, and it's in the color CR04. I think they all had names, but I don't know what they are because they're not labeled. But I'm going to show you again what it looks like. How I would typically wear it is like dabbing it. Again, I really like these bright red, not super red, but like pinky red colors that are just a little bit more orange color. I find that it suits my face or like my coloring. Am I making a mess on my lips? Maybe. But that's how it looks, a little bit blended out and blotted in. We'll see how it looks full on. And you could also do like a more gradient lip where it's a little bit fuller on the inner parts of the lip and a little bit faded out. Let me see how to do this. Faded out on the edges. That's quite popular in Asia. I know not everyone's a fan, but you know, it's a thing. It's an option. You don't have to do it. So that's so this one's a little bit more of a deeper red, if you will, but it's still really nice and bright, a little bit orangey in tone. So the next one I have, and the last one I'm going to share because there was a lot, is this one. It's another Etude House Dear Darling tint in the color PK003, and I remember this one being called a sweet potato color because I thought it was so funny. I'm like, what is a sweet potato color? And apparently it's this. I'm going to blot on lightly again to show you what it looks like when it's lighter. So this one is kind of a deeper, cooler, pinky red. As you can see from the tube, it's really dark actually. And this one's kind of a nice fall winter color. That's what it looks like. I don't know if it's showing up a little bit bright because it's mixing with the other colors, but you really notice it when you layer it on a little bit thicker. And this, I'm not going like crazy gloopy thick. These are all really light and watery. It's just like thicker than just blotting it on, I mean. So that is the really like more full on lip color. And I mean, don't eat it, but it does taste like kind of sour. Like a sweet sour kind of weird taste. Okay, so that's it. That's the final look. My hair is crazy. I didn't do anything with it, but whatever. This is not about my hair. So that was just like a really easy, soft, natural, simple, lazy girls makeup routine with mostly Japanese and Korean products. Hopefully I don't look like a total mess, but I just really wanted to share some of my favorite Asian skincare and makeup products. I have more skincare products I really like, but I didn't show you because I use them at nighttime. So if you guys are interested, let me know. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot of other videos, not necessarily skincare and makeup. It's not really my expertise, but it's a great interest of mine. But I do have some more travel related content. If you love to travel and you're looking for a cool travel bag, which is what this channel is for. It's for a company, my company, with my sister. We make travel bags that are anti-theft and waterproof. So if you are interested, please head on over to ardencove.com. We'd love to have you check out our products. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, if there's any other videos you guys want to see, let me know. And I don't know, I just really wanted to have fun and make a silly little video about stuff I bought in Japan because I'm so excited about it. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!